It is magical to be back out at sea, and even more magical to be sailing along the fjords in Norway on board Holland America's Rotterdam. And the Rotterdam will actually be in Rotterdam for the naming ceremony by Princess Margriet of the Netherlands as Holland America reaches back into its roots for the upcoming 150th anniversary. I have the quintessential Norwegian fjord guide here with Eric, who is a Norwegian, and we are sailing the fjords through Norway, and it is just absolutely magical. I'd like you to tell the advisors what it is that you, with your heritage, find the most, commercially important for them to understand about that product and that destination.
I really think what it is the beauty of the fjords that attract so many people. It's spectacular when you sail through the fjords. It's going to be light nearly the entire day. So even if you go out at 2-3 in the morning, you've got this wonderful, lighting and vibe, and it's calm and it's fantastic. So you've got this great scenery, this great nature that you can take part in, and it's interesting because it's a little bit like Alaska in that people always want to do the fjords. If they've never done it, it's kind of a bucket list trip for a lot of people. Now, you cannot do the western part of Norway by driving around. It will take you days upon days to drive in and out of the fjords. So a cruise ship's a fantastic way to do it. If somebody is wanting to see the fjords or travel to Norway, you're not going to fly them over, put them in a car, because they will get lost. Unless you're a local or something, it's going to be very hard to do. So the cruise ship is the way to do that, I think, because you get to places quickly, get to the larger cities, Bergen, Ålesund. There are different cruises. You have Stavanger, Kristiansand, or Oslo are also in there as well.
It's easy for you to say.
It is easier for me to say.
You can imagine being on this balcony with your entire family, sailing past with scenic cruising into the fjords of Norway like this.
Royalty is about to enter as Princess Margriet of the Netherlands will be naming the Rotterdam, and it's kind of a special occasion because the ship is actually docked in the city of Rotterdam, where just under 150 years ago Holland America got its beginnings.
I name this ship Rotterdam, and I wish her and all who sail on her a safe voyage.
As the Assistant Hotel General Manager of the Rotterdam, there's many stateroom choices that we do have and options for all of our cruisers. What I would like to show you is one of the Neptune Suites that we have on board. Mainly because of the size. I think personally, if I was traveling with a family, I would want to use this as a focal point I could bring all of my family back to. You can see once we go through the room inside all the different options and the spacing that we do offer in our Neptune Suites. With the Neptune Suite, you get upgraded amenities, including coffee maker, binoculars, as well as the room spacing. You have a very large, beautifully appointed bathroom, as well as what comes with the Neptune Suite as a benefit is your Neptune Lounge access as well, which is your private concierge, as well as a private dining room called Club Orange. The suite is about 600 square feet, including the balcony. My personal choice when looking at a Neptune Suite are the aft corners on decks 4 and 5. They're still the same size of 600 square feet, but they have a slightly smaller interior, but the outside space is incredibly huge. It runs the entire length of the ship on both sides. When we look at clients right now, mainly booking for multi-generational cruises, we would see the grandparents, for instance, purchase the Neptune Suite when they would be able to have their entire family come here and spend the day looking into the fjords, looking into Glacier Bay, or whatever scenic cruising on the itinerary that you're doing. We have pretty much every type of room choice that you have, from interior to family staterooms with 2 bathrooms, as well as that can accommodate 5 guests, as well as everything up to our Neptune Suites, which is what we're showing you today. family members that obviously choose that they want to have more people inside a room, we have quad staterooms on deck number 1. They have space for 5 actual beds as well as 2 washrooms inside the room. We have adjoining staterooms on board on all decks between all categories as well. So whether you choose to be in an inside room all the way up to a Neptune suite, you could have adjoining suites.
Terry and Marianne, you are regular Holland America cruisers,
Yes.
and I really want to know what it is about the brand that attracts you to be such loyal customers. Marianne?
I think it's the service and the quality of the food. It's always excellent. It's hot, and they're very good with us. They remember our names and look after us with an inch of our lives. So it's nice. You bet.
That's great. And Terry, what about you?
It's also what Marion said, but the size of the ships, they're not as many people as some of the bigger ships, so it's not as crowded. So,
And I understand you've booked another cruise in February and two more.
one to South America and one to the Caribbean.
And that's also with Holland America.
Yes,
And with a travel agent, of course.
yes.
So what I want to hear from you is, have you ever been to Norway before to see the fjords and what your experience has been?
No, we've never been to Norway, and it's been wonderful. I love the scenery, and I love the big mountains on the side and the water, and it's just been really, really entertaining.
So Terry, what attracted you to Norway and the fjords?
Just someplace we hadn't been before. And we have other trips planned, but we wanted to see this place too.
And did it wow you?
Yes.
What in particular?
The last port we're at, Geringer, those fjords are just beautiful.
It is beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely breathtaking. I personally have found it just amazing. One of the things I find about Holland America is that it's a very solid product. That is my feeling about it. That's my experience. That they're not offering you, a lot of bells and whistles. That it knows who it is, and it presents to you a clean, honest product. Would you say that's true?
Yes, it is. Very honest product, and you know exactly what you're getting. And we always meet wonderful people when we travel. We can meet them from all over the world. We've been with Australians and, people from the US and people Dutch, and they've all been very friendly and get along with everybody.
And that is the joy of travel and getting back out there again. It's just beyond belief how gorgeous it is, and the stillness and the quiet. But in addition to that, the people are so very friendly. And some of them have said, we've been waiting for you for 2 years. Welcome back.
It's a little like Alaska in that sense. When you first started in Alaska, it was like, it's been 2 years. We can't believe you're back. It's fantastic. It's the same sort of thing that's happening in Norway as well. They make their living off of cruise ships and ferries and other traffic that comes up, and they know people don't fly into Oslo or Bergen, rent a car and drive around. They come in through the ships. So that's a great way to do it. One other thing I think your travel advisors might be interested in is if you've got Canadians that have immigrated from Norway. In fact, I'm a Norwegian American, but my grandparents immigrated through Halifax, hopped on a train, across the border in St. Sault Marie. So there's a lot of Canadians that have Norwegian heritage. So that genealogy travel is also, for some people, really, really important. And this is another way that you might connect with some of your clients.
Well, I have to tell you, after 2 years of not cruising, this was the ideal cruise for me because, it was just not just to be at sea, of course, which was for me fantastic. I just love looking out at the ocean. But to top it all off with the fjords was just amazing. So thank you so much for your hospitality.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for being on board. It was fantastic. And what a better place to go. We both love the Norwegian crime novels. And it's a great place to go, right? Go back and see all those sites that we read about.
I know. That's what I kept thinking about. Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome. Thank you.
As we enter into Holland America's 150th anniversary, we look forward to welcoming you and all of your clients to Sailing Back with Holland America Line.